Hi and welcome. My name is Michelle and I'm a certified holistic nutritionist. And today I want to share with you why diets don't work for emotional eaters. And so I remember when I was trying so many different diets and I kept trying to stick to the different diet of the time, the different trend, whether it was, Atkins or sort of like a paleo diet or restricting my calories, and I thought this would be the way out of emotional eating as well. If I could finally figure out how to eat properly, maybe I wouldn't have any emotional eating and maybe I wouldn't be binging. And didn't matter what diet I tried. I think I tried South Beach. I was recommended so many different diets thinking, oh, then finally I'm going to balance out my body. I'm going to feel better. And it didn't matter what diet I tried. I almost felt so restricted, so put into a corner that I really just gave up on dieting and swung to the other extremity and just ate whatever I wanted. And my emotional eating didn't go away. My emotional eating, it's like I couldn't even control it, that I just decided I couldn't do anything. And that's really when I hit a rock bottom because I felt so defeated, so deflated, and I didn't know what to do. And this rock bottom, in a way, was a really good place to be in because I had to start figuring out what worked for me. And so as I dug into it more and more, I realized why diets didn't work for me specifically. And that was because diets were really restrictive. If they were not cutting out a certain macronutrient, so if it wasn't cutting out a protein, a carbohydrate, or a fat, it was restricting calories. And this restrictive mindset was really, really hard and very stressful and very critical. And that made me want to emotionally eat even more because I felt so restricted in myself. And so it didn't matter how much willpower I had to do the diet, I still couldn't get through it. I realized also that diets are not set up for women. They're not set up for women of reproductive age because women of a reproductive age, we have a certain cycle and our hormones change throughout the month. And so that means that certain times of the month, you're going to want more calories, more food, and not as much activity. And certain times of the month, you're going to need less calories, less food, and you're going to have more activity, and you'll almost look like you're succeeding on your diet. You're doing so well, and other times of the month feel like a total failure. And if you're not aware of this, you go through periods of the month where you think you're just failing. What's wrong with you? Why do you have sugar cravings? I know that would happen to me where I'd feel so guilty. Why did this happen? Why was this happening for me? And I see this with clients all the time. They'll be doing well and doing good for a couple of weeks, and all of a sudden they have carb cravings out of nowhere. They don't want to work out as hard, and that's totally normal. But diets don't cover that. They don't talk about that. And the reason is that most diets are tested on men who have a 24-hour hormonal cycle. They don't have this other additional 28-day cycle. So women have a 24-hour cycle and a 28-day cycle, but men just have the 1-day cycle. So these diets work for them, and they're tested on them because they're easy for scientists to study. They're not constantly fluctuating. Another thing that I realized with diets when I finally got everything working was that they're not nourishing. Like I mentioned, they're cutting out macros or reducing calories. They don't satisfy your hunger. You're constantly feeling hungry. I know I would constantly feel hungry. I didn't even know when I was not hungry. I didn't know how to tell the difference between hunger and emotional hunger. And so it was a really big mess for me. And so diets just really, they are not trying to nourish you. It's really all about calories, restricting calories, and probably over exercising to meet that goal. So it's very externally focused. It's not holistic. And so what I personally needed when I realized going through all of that was that I needed nourishment and I needed to figure out my digestion. So that's what I teach clients now. It's how to truly nourish themselves and take care of their digestion so they know they're getting all those nutrients, and they know when they might need more nutrients than other times or more calories, and it's totally okay. I also needed to learn body acceptance and really listening, not necessarily listening to that negative voice in my head, but to come to a place of body acceptance and realizing, what's that voice in my head telling me that I'm not good enough, that I need to lose weight, that I need to look a certain way? How do I deal with that? That's what I really needed. I needed more of a holistic approach. And I also finally, because of the emotional eating, I needed a way to powerfully move through my the emotions that were sort of driving the show to emotionally eat. I needed to find a way to find them, figure them out, and to resolve them. And that wasn't covered at all in diets. Diets are so willpower focused and push through that they don't ever get to the root cause. And that's why I found I could sustain a diet for a month or a year, and then I would burn out and swing to the other extreme. And I've seen it in clients. They try to be good for a certain amount of time and their willpower runs out, because if they haven't gotten to the root cause, they'll never succeed at eating a certain way. They need to really get to the root of what's going on. And when we start working together and we start getting at the root, they can move through eating well in a sustainable way, and they don't have to, fall off, get on, restrict and feel guilty when they don't succeed at a diet, and they kind of do away with this diet mentality. So that's what I realized why diets didn't work for emotional eaters. It didn't work for me. I needed different things. I didn't just need diet and exercise. I needed to go deeper in a more holistic way and to really look at how I was nourishing myself, my body, and accepting my body and what I was saying to myself and moving through my emotions. Those were the three things I really, really needed to learn, to embody, and to practice. And so if you're struggling with emotional eating, this is, a powerful way that I teach clients to move through it. So if you feel like you need more support or more help, please reach out and let me know, and we can book a call and we can see how I can best help you. So this is really important for a lot of women, because the old way of doing things doesn't work anymore. We need a new way. So I hope this video was helpful. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. And of course, if you have any questions, please leave a comment, and I look forward to sharing more with you.